It's now time for the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, iTunes, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and the MikeWagnerShow.com. Mike brings you great guests and interesting people from all across the globe. So sit back, relax, and enjoy another great episode of the Mike Wagner Show.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking your budget, Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs at below the competition way. Call today at 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 10% off your first order. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com. You can check our Facebook page at Facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, Radio Public, iTunes, Google Play, Apple and more, Stitcher, Deezer, and take the Mike Wagner Show on any mobile device and subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. We're here with a terrific group called Lace in Blue. They're from Long Beach, California, and they were known as Kaylee and the Jays. And we've got Ian, we've got Kaylee, and we've got Jerry, all assembled together. And they're going to tell us all about what they do, what part they have in it. Since they're being Lace in Blue, they've got Get Your Fix, Love is Powerful, Rise Above, Steal, and more. We're going to play one of their tunes during the show as well, too. And they're also working on some more material, and what they got come up in 2020, we're going to find out. But live, ladies and gentlemen, from beautiful Long Beach, California, and somewhere sunny along the coastal state, these guys are Laced in Blue, and they're ready to go. Ladies and gentlemen, formerly Kaylee and the Jays, Ian, Kaylee, and Jerry, Laced in Blue. Guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us today.
Good morning.
Hi, good morning. That's funny because you're not the first person that's bringing up the Kaylee and the Jays thing, and it's hilarious because where are you guys finding this information? We thought we deleted all of that. It was like
it's still out there. It's still online, and as they say, whatever is on the internet, it's gotta be true.
Like everybody keeps finding it, and we're like, I thought we got rid of everything, all of the evidence.
Never getting away from it.
Or could it be Kaylee and the Jays are currently Laced in Blue? I mean, try something like that. Laced in Blue with Kaylee and the Jays. You know, try something like that.
Just Laced in Blue. Just Laced in Blue.
I know. I'm playing with the names right now. I'm messing with you guys. I'm just joking.
I mean, Kaylee's still here. I know.
Well, it actually took us a long time to come up with Laced in Blue.
Yeah, it took us a minute to come up with a new name.
It did. Okay, well, you know what? I was going to mention that, how you came up with the name. You had some songs called Get Your Fix, Love is Powerful, Rise Above, Steal, and more. You're working on some new material. And first of all, before we talk about how you come up with the name Lace in Blue, tell us how you got started.
Okay. I mean, how we got started as a band or just everybody as musicians?
Well, first as a band, then we'll go to musicians. So talk about how you got started as a band.
Okay, so I guess... simply enough, I was living next door to a friend of mine who was jamming all the time, and she always had musicians over, and I went over and started jamming with her one day and ran into Jerry here. And he was shredding on the guitar like he does naturally, and we jammed that night and kind of played around with the idea of starting a band, but it just didn't happen, and it wasn't until months later we ran into each other again, and it was sort of perfect, actually. It was sort of serendipitous because I got a phone call from a friend of mine who was like, hey, we want to get you some stage time. Would you like to sing? And I'm like, heck yeah. And they said, do you have a band, or are you going to sing to a track, or do you need to find somebody? And I'm like, oh, I'll find somebody. And as soon as I hung up the phone, Jerry walked in, and I was like, hey, music with me? And he was like, shh. Well, truth is, he was pretty drunk. He was like, who are you? He didn't know who I was.
I thought he was your neighbor. Come and say, hey, quiet down here.
I mean, I was bartending at the time, and so, of course, he comes into the bar, and I'm like, hey, you're that musician, and he's like, I don't know who you are. And I'm like, learn these songs, and I wrote these songs down on a napkin with my number, and every 2 minutes he kept pulling it out, like, what is this crap, and, like, setting it back on the bar, and I'm like, no, keep that. So I took his phone and I texted myself to make sure that I had his number on lock, and hit him up the next day and was like, you promised me you were going to learn these songs. And he's like, what? And I was like, just come over. We started working on music and threw together a band, which was Kaylee and the Jays. And a couple of those musicians were not really dedicated. They didn't want to write music. They just wanted to do covers, and we wanted to write music. And so we had to find a new band, and we found Ian. And then we found Will. He's not here right now. But they were Kaylee and the Jays for a while, and they were kind of like, I don't want to be a J. My name doesn't start with J. I don't understand. And Ian came up with Laced in Blue. And it took a second, but then when it really started to settle in, we were like, yeah, this will work. That'll be good. And
what is the meaning behind Laced in Blue?
So Laced in Blue, I came up with it because we have our style of music is blues based. If you've listened to it, it's like there's a lot of notes of blues music in it, but it's not just that. And just to have one genre in a band can be very limiting. And we kind of like break free of that chain, and we experiment with different styles, like, rock, even some hip hop stuff sometimes. I just started thinking, like, well, what is blues? Blues is like the music of it's behind all music. Like every type of music comes from a blues idea. And so I came up with Laced in Blue because it's like blues is the laces that like tie all the music together. So it allows us to keep like a blues root, but also experiment and progress further than that.
Yeah, so we're not stuck in the blues genre. We can still explore outside of that genre, but it definitely is laced in blue. There's definitely little bits of blues that you're going to hear throughout all of our songs.
And it brings it all together and it ties it up tight. And it's like all music is laced in blue, really.
Laced in blue.
And all blues stitched within it.
That is amazing how you brought that up and how it came all together. And who are some of your favorite blues artists and singers growing up?
Really love Muddy Waters.
Always been an Otis Redding fan, an Etta James.
Yeah, I think you hear a lot of Zeppelin in our music wise.
Yeah, Led Zeppelin.
My influence.
Our other guitarist Will, who's couldn't join us today, he's a Stevie Ray Vaughan fanatic.
Huge Stevie Ray Vaughan fan. I also really love Stevie Ray Vaughan too, so I was like, this works. Perfect.
And walking on a tightrope, indeed, I'll tell you that. And of course, so we'll talk about more of your careers as well, too. You listen to The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs at below the competition way. Call today at 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show. Get 10% off your first order. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com. You can check our Facebook page at Facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, Radio Public, iTunes, Google Play, Apple, and more. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Also, follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter. Make sure you send out a tweet and a shout out. And once again, take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device and listen on iPhone, Android smartphone, or your Alexa as well, or your tablet. And coming soon, the Mike Wagner Show will have more goodies for you, so stay tuned. We're here with a wonderful group from Long Beach, California, Laced in Blue, formerly known as Kaylee and the Jays. We've had Ian, we had Kaylee, and we had Jerry, and we talked about how the group got started and how they got laced in blue with all the influences and everything else. Now we'll get to the individual musicians and basically how they got started. So, Ian, let's go ahead and start with you and how you got started.
Why don't you
well, I got started at a young age. Actually, my neighbor had a drum set, but I wasn't very interested in it. And I remember being in elementary school, and it was a small school outside of Philadelphia, and they had the school band, and everyone. You didn't have to join the band, but I was like, I like music at this point. I didn't really know if I liked it or not, but I was like, fine, I'll do it. So they gave you a sheet of paper. They write down what's your number one pick, your second pick, and your third pick. My first pick was trumpet, and then I put saxophone, and then I was like, screw it, why not? We'll just put the drums down. And the trumpet and the saxophone got filled, so they handed me some sticks, like, you're a drummer now. And I was like, oh, cool. And I just started, and I never looked back. It just something clicked, and I just kept going. And 21 years later, I'm still here. You know, and I've been in bands like you know, thrash metal bands. I've been in metal bands, death metal bands, funk bands. So really, it all culminated into this one moment, because like in our music, at least in Blue, like I can take from all those experiences and different styles and bring them together. Like we'll have a song that gets heavy, and all of a sudden you'll hear a double bass part in there that, you know, it just comes out of nowhere. But it's because of all of this training that I've had in other styles, and I try to manipulate it into like a new vibe of going about it. But really, I started practicing all the time. I would call out of school for being quote unquote sick and just drum all the time, drive my neighbors crazy, and it just clicked. Like I don't know what it was. It felt natural. It's the only time.
Trumpet was your number one, and like you did. I wanted to play the drums, and then they stuck me on the trumpet. I'm so mad.
I played the trumpet too. We all did.
well, I play the trumpet, but gave it to somebody else. And of course, it makes you want to bang the drum all day with Todd Rundgren when you skip school, call sick, you don't want to work, go to school, or anything like that. And who are some of your favorite drummers back in the day as well?
With Nico McBride from Iron Maiden was a huge influence. Neil Peart, rest in peace, was a major one for me in high school. There's a band called Mastodon. Brand Taylor, he's a really good drummer, and I would look up to him. But then they were all like, you know, a little bit more intense. Nowadays, I'm really into a guy named Benny Greb, who just takes drumming to the next level. But growing up, I mean, it's really hard to just pick one. Everyone has their own styles, you know what I mean? And it's always a funny question, like, "Ooh, who's your favorite band?" Or "Who's this?" It's like, as a musician, you can't just pick one. Otherwise, you're not a well-rounded musician, in my opinion. You have your go-tos and everything, but really, I can't really pick a favorite. There's just so many influences that happen.
And of all the drummers you had mentioned as well, too, with your drumming style, which drummer you think you closely associate with?
Oh, shit. Man, I couldn't tell you. Ian LeBlanc?
Got a pretty unique drumming style.
Yeah. It really depends on who I'm playing with. Like, I can play metal drums and be like Nico from Iron Maiden all day, or I can tone it back and, you know, do jazz. Like, I don't know. I really just, it's hard for me to put my finger on it. I'll just take it and make it my own. Yeah, I couldn't answer that question, Mike.
It's perfectly okay. At least we get some ideas here, which is good. And of course, we got Jerry, the guitar player, and Jerry's tell us how you got started.
I think music runs in my family. So, like, my cousin is Richie Valens.
Oh wow!
Yeah, distant cousin. My mom's like cousin, you know. And then my uncles also worked for Fender, painting guitars. So we've always kind of been around in the music industry. But I started doing symphonies and stuff, played like violin, trumpet, trombone, which I don't like to talk about.
Who does these days?
French horn, yeah, all those. And then in high school,
play the tuba. And keep talking, Jerry, while he does a tuba, so go ahead.
I didn't play tuba.
I'm kidding, guys. I'm kidding.
I want to clarify, I didn't play tuba.
Let the record show.
No, and then when I got into high school, or I think junior high, my parents bought me a guitar from a pawn shop. And then I sat in my room probably 8-9 hours a day and learned everything I could, you know, that you can as a kid. Now that we're adults, you know, got to go to work.
Yeah.
Can't do that anymore. But in high school, we had a band with the drummer from Dirty Heads, and then another guy that went on to be like a symphony and symphonies and write symphonies and stuff. And yeah, we just played, and then after kind of lost sight of all that, and then when I was 24, I kind of just like, there was a hole missing, and I just picked up the guitar again and started playing. I'm like, I want to make a band. And it took, I think, like 4 or 5 years until I finally found Kaylee and Ian. So it was a long time and a lot of people I've played with, but I think it's coming around and it's going good.
And she was the one that's trying to get you to connect with her. And Kaylee, you should have bought him some drinks, and he could have said yes.
He had enough drinks in him.
Apparently, I don't remember.
I was supposed to cut him off. I should have cut him off as a responsible bartender. I should have been like, "Sir, you've had enough. Now let's go play some music." Kind of what happened. Story of our lives, right?
I know. I was kidding. And of course, we finally get to Kaylee as well too. Kaylee Robin, the leader of Lace and Blue, and tell us how you got started.
Yeah, guys, I'm the leader. He said.
Saving the best for last. Yes. Jesus.
Respect my authority.
She's fucking kissing her mouth over here, man. Weird.
Your all-powerful leader has spoken.
Anyway. Now that you got that ego trip out of the way.
Silence. I'm just kidding. Okay. Sorry. I like to kid. I kid.
Just a little side note on that. My ex-girlfriend would get so mad
when I would say my drummer.
Would be like, oh yeah, this is Ian, my drummer. That's not your drummer.
Your drummer?
Oh, your drummer.
And I was like, dude, I didn't mean it like that. I was like, she would get so mad. Oh, your drummer? And I'm like,
that would be like our drummer.
I'm like,
that
what
better?
did I say? I'm like, the drummer of my band.
You should have told her to beat it if she ever said that. Gotcha. She should have told her just beat it.
I'll beat you like a drum.
Not here anymore, so.
All right, go ahead, Kaylee. Tell us how you got started as well, too. We're saving the best for last.
Music.
Best. I'm just gonna.
He's the one with the ego. Don't get it twisted. Music. I mean, I've always loved music. And my dad actually used to sing and play in a band, play guitar and sing in a band. I don't remember the name of it. I just remember I was really little and my ears hurt a lot. So, but I loved listening to rock and roll growing up and blues. And in high school, I was a huge, like middle school, high school, I was a huge like rap and R&B fan. I didn't start singing until just 5 years ago, maybe. Mm-hmm. So that sort of just happened. I don't know. I was going through some hard times, and I was just sort of found myself alone a lot, and I found myself singing to myself a lot just to soothe, I don't know, my pain, I guess. And my mother walked in. I was visiting her one day, and she walked in and heard me singing and was like, "Dude, what the heck? Like, I've known you your whole life. Like, you can't sing. Like, what is this? Like, you can sing. Like, you need to sing." And so she forced me to sing an open mic night, and I just sang some a cappella songs. I sang "Piece of My Heart" by Janis Joplin, "Crying" by Aerosmith, "One and Only" by Adele, Marshall Tucker Band, "Can't You See?" Like, all these, like, super sort of, like, heartbreak songs, you know? And everybody in the bar that all knew me since I was a baby, they all were in awe. They were just like, "What?" Like, where did this come from? And after a series of dreams that told me I need to move back to LA and form a band, I moved back to LA and formed a band. It's really weird. It all worked out pretty. It's like divine intervention, you know. And then that's when I first got back, I was working for a bar. They had me working on karaoke night. And so I started singing karaoke, and that was like the first $20 I made, like, on music.
Wow.
Here, take another 20, go sing us another song. And I'm like, okay, cool, this is awesome. And then I was working as a karaoke hostess, which was really weird. I'm going to have to say I was very weird. It was kind of like being a geisha. Very strange.
Anybody want to sing? Like, anybody,
it was
please?
It was a little weird, but that got my chops.
$20?
Yeah.
I was making $60 an hour, so I wasn't complaining.
Wow.
Yeah, so I was a paid musician already. Didn't even realize it. Had fun singing, doing these karaoke stuff. And then when I moved to Long Beach, that's when I ran into Jerry next door at my neighbor's house. And we had this crazy idea of throwing together a band, and here we are. It's just, it's sort of weird how it all just comes together.
And you didn't have to give Ian drinks, which is good. You asked him, he said yes. I mean, that was just so perfect, and it was so easy for you.
Too. Jerry found him in the bar, so
we found each other.
They found each other in the same bar that I lived. We lived above a bar, so there's this bar called Iguana Kelly's that no longer exists now.
As of this week,
as of really just this it closed. But it was like
my goodness
place for us. And
wow. something as well too. Okay, we'll get to your song, get your fix, and some other works, and also if you don't mind, you can also pour me a little too while you're having a beer. So
for sure.
For that, here you go. Here, salute.
I hope you like beer.
There you go. and before we get to getting your fix, listen to the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at SonicWebStudios.com for all your needs. Looking for a professional website without breaking your budget? Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs at below the competition way. Call today at 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@SonicWebStudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show. Get 10% off your first order. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com. You can check our Facebook page at Facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, Radio Public, iTunes, Google Play, Apple, and more. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. We hear Lace and Blue from Long Beach, California. We talked about their careers, how they got started, how they formed. And here's one of their singles out right now. It's called Get Your Fix right here. Lace and Blue here on the Mike Wagner Show.
Destroying yourself, start exploring yourself, try controlling yourself, don't exploit yourself.
That was by Lace and Blue, Get Your Fix, and they had a little fun with that as well too. So tell us some more about that song and what inspired you to write it.
All right, we're gonna go here, huh? Every time. Get Your Fix was inspired by some very close loved ones of mine that are in was dealing with drug addictions. It's tough, it's not easy to deal with addiction, and as somebody that's not, I don't know how to explain this. I guess I was on the outside looking in, you know what I mean? I was watching them go through this addiction, and there was nothing I could do to help. There was nothing I could say. There was nothing I could do to really make them stop. It was something they were going to have to do themselves, and it was just kind of painful to sit and watch, and I just felt hopeless. And so I wrote a song, I don't know, hoping that maybe it could help some people. I don't know. So far, 2 out of those 3 people are clean.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a good feeling. I can't say that it's because of the song,
Uh-huh.
But I did have a couple people hit me up after writing it and putting it out there, and they said that they're going through the same thing, and they felt exactly how I felt, and actually thanked me for putting it out there. I don't know. It's sort of touchy, I guess. You sit and you watch somebody go through addiction, and you just see them destroying themselves, and you don't want to give up on them, but like you don't really know what to do. It's like you want to slap some sense into them, but that's the last thing that's going to help, and
yeah,
it's just it's like you got to wait. You just kind of got to wait and hope, and just keep loving that person and hope that they find it in themselves to heal, and find a way out. And so Get Your Fix is about that. It's about addiction. It's about overcoming addiction, and
empowerment.
Just empowering, yeah, knowing you're not alone, that you're not alone in it. It's like it's a tough disease to conquer, and so those who do conquer it, like, applaud. You know what I mean? I applaud them, because some people don't make it out alive.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's something that is very important as well too in that song as well too. You also have Love is Powerful, Rise Above, and Steel. So tell us all about those songs.
Love is Powerful is sort of like that that going through that fear of loving, almost like you've loved so many times before. Yeah, that vulnerability where you've loved so many times before and you keep getting shut down, but you're willing to try to give it another shot because it's worth it for love. Like there's a line in it that it hurts to love, but it hurts more to hate. It's only going to hurt you more to hate somebody than to just let go and love that person. And so it's like love is powerful is about loving yourself, loving other people, not being afraid to fall back in love or give love another chance because of fear or because of experience, and let's see. So Steel is like those moments that we live where we are kind of robbing ourselves of our own freedom, of our own lives, where you keep contemplating and going back and forth, and it's like, okay, yeah, we're done. Just kidding, not yet. And then and then you're back in the same vicious cycle over and over and over again. And it's your own life that you're stealing. It's your own time, your own experiences that you're stealing by staying in that vicious cycle. So it's kind of about getting yourself out of those vicious cycles.
So this is kind of like, it's not like a theme that we really meant to do, but a lot of our music can be considered pretty heavy, like lyrically, but we always try to make it empowering. So it can go to dark places, but as long as by the end of it you feel empowered, because I'm someone who grew up listening to a lot of like heavy music to the point where a lot of people would turn them off. But for me, listening to it, it was like it was relatable, and when you can relate to something that's dark, that has a good message at the end, it would always help me out better than just listening to songs that were just all bubbly and rainbow farts. You know what I mean? Because then I couldn't relate to it.
Yeah.
And if it's too empowering and it's not real, there's no realness to it, I couldn't relate. Not to say that people can't. I mean, that's all wonderful and stuff. But I know a lot of people that, like, when they listen to music, they want a deeper meaning out of it. And the thing with songs and lyrics and poetry is, like, it'll mean something different to like, they'll take it and put it to their experience and themselves differently than the next person. But it all comes back to the same general, like, empowerment movement, self-help movement in a way. So we try to write music like that, you know, and that's another part of the blues. Like, blues music is really empowering, but it's also really depressing.
Yeah, it can
wildly
be
depressing, but
it can be heavy,
but it's also like some people just need to know someone else is going through that with them. Because so many people feel alone, but like you find an artist and they start talking in these songs. You don't know them, you don't know anything about them, but you feel like related to them, you know, because of what they go through.
And it's good to see if there's a way out. You know, if you see somebody else conquering these demons, or, you know, especially through music, it can encourage you to conquer your own demons and help you to realize that you can pull yourself from dark places. And Rise Above is kind of like that too. With it's more in a sense of like uniting everybody, though. This is more like we all need to come together. We all need to stick together. We all need to love each other. We need to unite in order to rise above the bullshit that life brings us, you know? That one's a little bit more of a revolutionary kind of song.
I like to think of our music as what they said, but also energetic in the way that it takes a lot of energy to change and to like overcome certain obstacles. So that energy that we put into it, like hopefully people get out of it to actually go do stuff and motivate them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like if they listen and they can go, oh my gosh, that's how I felt.
Yeah, and it's
then
also even just like
stop.
musicianship wise, it's not soft blues rock or anything. It gets pretty heavy, and it's almost like to shock you, like to hit you hard. Like, oh, okay, like they're serious. Like they're not only putting the energy behind the words, but they're putting it behind the actions of like the music too, and like how the music is going to hit you and how it's going to feel. You know, and then we'll come down soft, and it's a lot of exploration too.
Yeah.
You know, because this thing, being in a band, writing with other people with their thoughts, it's a lot. It goes deep, and to come to a common ground, it's like a playground. There's so many things to do, and we're just trying to figure it out like the rest of the people.
Yeah,
you know? We're all still trying to figure it out, man.
I think we're all just a bunch of big kids trying to figure out how to be adults in this crazy life, and we get kind of just like shafted into this world, and we're like, okay, now what? And we go through all sorts of trials and tribulations and heartaches and pains and hard times and heart, you know, and we don't always know how to get ourselves out of it. And some people, it can be very detrimental to the rest of their entire lives if they don't pull themselves out of those dark places, you know? And so like our music is kind of a way of being like, hey man, like we all go through it. Like we all deal with bullshit, you know, it's how you handle it. It's how you react, you know, it's like what your next step is. It's like, okay, we see where you've been, but now what's next? You know, it's kind of that moving forward.
It's kind of like basically like what have you done for me lately? What you got next? And of course, talking about what's next for 2020. We'll get to that in just a second. You listen to the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at SonicWebStudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs at below the competition rate. Call today at 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support at sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show. Get 10% off your first order. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com. You can check our Facebook page at Facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, Radio Public, iTunes, Google Play, Apple, and more. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device and subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Also, you can catch the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter, and also coming soon to Amazon, the Mike Wagner Show as well. Stay tuned for that. We're here with Ian, Kaylee, and Jerry, who just stepped away, get a little beer, have a drink on me, AC/DC I can't think of. They're called Lace and Blue, formerly known as Kaylee and the Jays. We just heard a little bit of Get Your Fix. We talked about Love is Powerful, Rise Above, Steel, and how they got started, how they all come together. And, of course, you've got some great music out there getting a lot of attention. What do you got coming up for 2020?
We got a couple new songs that we just recorded. We recorded 4 new songs. And we've got more on the way, of course, but we've got 4 that are fresh out of the studio that we're working on music videos for and getting ready to release.
Actually working on our first music video this week. We start shooting.
This weekend, we start shooting our first music video, official music video for our newest single, Wake Up. That one's going to be a goodie. I'm really excited to get that one out there for everybody. We actually have some live versions of it online on YouTube from our Troubadour show. So you can still hear the song. But we do have like the professionally recorded sound recording getting ready to come out.
If you hear our stuff that we release on Spotify, just wait till you hear this stuff because it is top notch. Shout out to 4th Street Recording in Santa Monica for really working with us, and Joseph McQueen at Sparrow Sound, who just worked magic on it, man. I can't wait for you guys to listen to it.
It's a great mix.
That'll be coming out. We're projecting middle of February. So just stay tuned for that, man. Like
we're looking forward to it as well too. Love to have you back and keep us up to date and everything. And any plans for a tour in 2020?
I was just telling the guys, I think it was just this morning, like, hey, we should really consider like getting ourselves on a little tour, and I think we might start with just a West Coast tour, and then maybe a Southwest tour, and then expand into the U.S. a little more. But you know, budgeting is a thing.
Yeah, we fund all of this ourselves.
Yeah, we fund everything ourselves. We all have rent to pay. We're all human, you know. We don't get to live in life for free just because we're musicians. So
right, we know what you mean.
So, and music is very expensive.
Yeah,
that's one thing that I had to learn the hard way. I had no clue how expensive music was. You just think like, oh, whatever, you're a musician, you just play your...
Yeah, she also just shows up with a microphone, guys.
Everything is expensive. And microphones are expensive. Like, microphones are freaking expensive. Cables are expensive. Like,
I'm lugging in a 6-piece drum set with full gear, and she's over there like, can someone carry my mic?
Shut up.
You forget my mic? You forgot my mic, didn't you?
They like to think I don't help, but I do help them. They just like to talk a lot of crap.
There's been a couple times that she surprised me, picked up, you know, the snare drum.
Well, the last time I tried to help put together the drum kit, I said, it looks like you're playing on the floor today. It's just all the drums sitting out on the floor, and I was like, can you just hit them like this on the floor, like bongos? I was like, I did the best I could, man. I don't know what to tell you. It was like, that's not going to work.
Yeah, we're trying to link up with some of our friend local bands out here and just do like a tour up and down the West Coast. And eventually link up with a good booking manager and get us out there for you guys. And
looking for a booking agent. If we can find a good booking agent, then that'd be great. Because
so if any of you guys listening out there are booking agents, hit us up. We're cool.
We're looking for you.
And of course, we'll get to a part of how they contact you as well too, and a couple of things before you go off into sunset here. I'd love to have you back. And what do you consider your most defining moment or your funniest moment?
I can't say
it. I
can't say it. You know exactly what I'm talking about, too. I can't.
Okay, I'm going to say it. I can't let anybody else tell the story.
Kaylee can say it.
Am I going to really tell the story right now?
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are.
So the Troubadour, our first Troubadour show. Okay? Amazing, right? Big stage, lights. I'm in this beautiful dress.
Lots of people. All eyes on Kaylee.
We're like, it's one of my favorite songs. Or like, there's this note in the song that's really high, and you have to have like the right amount of breath, and you have to really like push from like your diaphragm, you know what I mean? You're like, or further down, you're like pushing from your bottom, you know what I'm saying? Like it's from the pelvic floor. So I go to hit this note.
The pelvic floor?
Yeah, the pelvic floor.
All right, Shakespeare.
Ready? I go to hit the note, and I kind of peed myself a little bit. It wasn't like full-fledged peed myself on the stage, but like I hit the note, and I was just like, oh, I just tinkled it.
But she played it off so well.
I played it off like it was nothing.
So we leave the stage, we're up in the green room. She comes up to me like she saw a ghost. She's like, Ian, I peed myself on stage. I started cracking up, dude. I was like, I don't think anyone noticed. Looking back at the video, though.
No, you couldn't see it in the video.
You can't see it.
But you see me looking at the floor going, oh my God. I was like looking at the floor like, oh my God, did I pee on the floor?
She came in like she just saw a ghost, like, right, oh my God, I peed myself on stage. I can't believe it. I was just like, bah!
Or you can imagine, lights!
You know, I guess I wasn't I probably, I don't know. I don't know what it was. I was I hit the note. I didn't flex my abs the way I should have, and I just it just sort of
let it all go.
It's cool. Fergie does it. Fergie did it.
Just a little tinkle. It wasn't that much, and I was wearing a dress. It wasn't like I full-fledged pissed on the stage. But
oh my
I
gosh!
was trying to pee myself a little bit, and I was super, super embarrassed. I was like, "Oh my god! I hope nobody saw that," because that's a stage where everyone's looking up. Everybody's looking up at you, you know, and I'm like my leg. I'm like, oh my god, is it on my legs? I was like freaking out. We watched the video. You couldn't see anything. I was just like overreacting, but I was like, oh, I get to the green room like, I can't believe I just peed on the stage.
and then we threw a giant party in the Hollywood Hills at an Airbnb, and it was all good. So
we threw a big party, and everybody had a good laugh about it, and we just whatever.
Oh my gosh, that's the best story I've heard on the Mike Wagner Show. I mean, you guys took the cake.
Now the world knows.
Oh my goodness! And who do you guys consider biggest influences in your careers?
I was
gonna say Led Zeppelin probably when it comes to like the music that we make, and
Rage Against the Machine.
Rage Against the Machine, we get compared to Rage Against the Machine a lot. Janis Joplin, I get compared to her vocals a lot. Somebody told me like we're like a combination of Black Keys, Led Zeppelin, Rage Against the Machine with a little Black Keys and a Janis Joplin vocals.
Take it.
Wow.
Yeah, okay, I'll take it.
It's our live shows right now. That's where it's at, man. If you guys are in the California area listening to this, we're playing in Hollywood at Bordner's at an event called the Rockers Ball that our friend Lucas Flood throws. That's going to be February 28th. And then we have some shows up and down Santa Monica.
Is it the 28th or the 29th?
It's the 28th.
Okay.
And then we have shows in Santa Monica in April, and March we're down in Long Beach. So we got a bunch of shows coming up in Southern California area. If any of you listeners out there want to come check us out.
Yeah, check out the website, lacedinblue.com.
www.lacedinblue.com. You can get all the information there, links to our music, everything we do, we throw up there.
You know, the video that I actually tinkled myself a little bit. It's online. It's online. And you can see that you don't see anything, but it's just kind of funny because I watched it and I was
You're going to get some pervs out there.
I know. They're gonna, we're going to get some views, aren't we, huh?
Yeah, right.
They're going to be like, I got to see this girl piss herself.
And we have you on the show next time. You can tell us the number of hits it got. Maybe it'll be a record. Who knows? Going viral.
Suddenly, all of a sudden, it's like...
Hey, how did your band get big? Well, Kaylee peed on stage.
Yeah.
Everyone seemed to really like it. So.
Surprisingly, a lot of people into that shit.
Hey, what's the best advice you can give to anybody at this point?
If you're going through hell, keep going. Never give up.
Yeah, don't stop.
Don't stop.
It always gets better. Everything always gets better.
Everything stagnates. You're going to be in highs and lows. You're going to feel like you got this. You're about to do it. It's about to be the break, and it's not. And then you can't give up at those moments because it's hard. Sometimes you just want to be like, you know what? Damn, like I put so much work into this, and I'm not seeing anything from it.
There's no shortcut.
Yeah, there's literally no shortcuts. And you just have to do it.
You have to work your way to the top.
And also be groovy.
Enjoy the highs, but don't stress about the lows.
And
just
be real.
Yeah.
We can read the fake fit.
Yes, that's right. That's very important, too. Guys, just want to say a big thank you for your time. You've been fantastic. Ian, Kaylee, Jerry, you've been great. Love to have you back on again soon, sometime in 2020. And before we go, tell us about your upcoming projects. What's your website? How do people contact you? And where can people purchase or listen to your music?
So, our website is the best place to go if you want to buy a T-shirt, merch.
Even our music
get updated. Follow us on Instagram, Laced in Blue Band. That's on Instagram. Website is www.lacedinblue.com. We're also on Facebook. We don't really do the Twitter thing because I don't like Twitter, but whatever.
We try.
It's just, we...
Who knows Twitter anyways?
Yeah,
like,
Twitter's
really...
Just people who want to be heard.
Cheap? But it is cheap.
Yeah, talks cheap. Anyway, no, but, yeah, so find us on Instagram and come out to our shows, man, and look out for some new music because it's going to be hitting hard. We put a lot of work in the past year to and the patience that we've had to show. And
if you go to YouTube,
it's a lot,
you go to YouTube, you have two live songs from the Troubadour.
And also, we have a cover of Mr. Grinch that we put out for the holiday
Christmas.
season.
That was awesome.
It's a little goofy video. Go check it out.
It was fun.
Show your mom. She'll like it.
Yeah. Your mom will like it. Everybody's moms will like it.
Also,
We'll check that out.
Come to our show.
Great. Okay.
Bring your mom.
Sounds good. Guys, just want to say a big thank you for your time. Once again, Lace and Blue out of Long Beach, California, and the Mike Wagner Show, formerly Kaylee and the Jays, now Lace and Blue officially. Guys, like that, thank you for your time. You guys have been fantastic. Look forward to having you again soon, sometime in 2020. And do us a favor, keep us up to date. We definitely love to have you back on.
Hell yeah, man.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mike.
Have a great one, dude. Cheers, brother.
Keep it going, Mike.
Thanks for listening to The Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, iTunes, YouTube, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and themikewagnershow.com. Please support our program with your donations at themikewagnershow.com. Join us again next time for another great episode of The Mike Wagner Show.